My name is Hobie Call. I am 40 years old. And I do heating and air conditioning for a living. Sometimes I act like I'm Superman. I'm a geek with glasses by day and Superman by night. I like to think of it that way, because in some ways it's that way. The people at work have no clue who I am. I was talking to him yesterday, like, hey, can camera people come by and do some filming? They want to do my story, and they're like, why would someone want to do your story? You know, I'm like, oh, I do these obstacle races, and I won a world championships, and they want to come do my story. They're like, you won a world championships? You know, they don't have a clue. I'm just an average everyday guy like everybody else is, you know, and I am. You know, I go, I work hard, I get the job done. And then you go to a race and you win a big race, and that's, I mean, it's this glorious moment, but it's such a small moment compared to everything else. And then I come home and I put in my time in my garage. Nobody sees it, but that's where the real work is done, right here. If you think I'm a natural, if you think it's all in my genetics, you obviously don't have a clue what I went through for the 33 years leading up to my first obstacle race. Because I had a lot of bad days, a lot of bad weeks, bad months, and bad years. And you know, the amount of dedication and hard work and learning how to eat healthier and train smarter, it's taken a remarkable amount of work to achieve this success. It didn't come overnight and it didn't come easy. I like a challenge, I guess. Maybe life would be too easy without it, I don't know. It's just something that from the time I was just young, I've always just loved to push myself. I tried my first marathon when I was 9 years old. When I was 10, that's when I decided I wanted to be a great runner, a truly great runner, and I thought that was normal. Kids have dreams and then they go out and they chase them. You know, just year after year, just kept going at it. High school, I managed to win state, and then in junior college, I was just good enough that a few smaller four-year colleges were trying to recruit me.
My name is Irene. I'm Hobie's wife. Hobie and I met in college. We were both on the cross country and track team. We were probably a good 2 months into school and I saw him in the TV lounge one day, so I just started talking to him and we became friends. It was probably 6 or 7 months later when we started dating. Hobie went to the Olympic trials.
This is it. Put everything we had into that Olympic trials.
We refinanced our house, everything, into getting him to the Olympics so that he didn't have to work and he just trained for 6 or 7 months.
If I do well enough, I make it to the Olympics, or well enough to get a half-decent sponsorship, we'll keep going. And if not, I'm done. I've given it all. I've given it my all.
And he thought he was ready. He ran fast enough time in the marathon to qualify for the A team, and he was on his way, and just didn't happen.
I had the second worst race of my life. And the first worst race, I knew why. I had food poisoning. You know, I didn't get sick till that night after the race, but I was feeling it that morning, because I didn't even race. Trials, I felt fine. I thought I was fine. Race starts, feel fine. 5 miles in, I just start slowing down. I'm like, why am I slowing down? I'm like, come on, let's go. Why won't my body move? It just wouldn't respond. 11 miles, I'm literally just jogging. I'm like, what is going on? Everybody's passing me at this point. I was dumbfounded, I was confused. I didn't know what was going on because I didn't feel bad. My body just wouldn't go. 13 miles, I finally just decided, I don't know what it is, but obviously it ain't happening today, so I just dropped out. I mean, I would have been walking shortly after that anyway, the way things were going.
You're watching someone that you love that has tried for so long to accomplish something. And then, so fast it's gone.
And I didn't take it well. I got depressed, like I've never been depressed in my life, but I got depressed.
He just kind of laid around in his room and he didn't interact very much. And
nothing sounds exciting, nothing gets you excited. That's part of why you have a problem, you know? And I felt that after the trials. I reached that level, I didn't care about anything, I didn't care about anyone. Nothing got me excited, nothing motivated me. It was just scary.
just seeing him so depressed and not picking back up it felt like a really long time. It was probably only a couple months, but that was really hard. He was going to quit running completely, but I don't think Hobie can quit running.
I was going to retire, but I decided I worked way too freaking hard, for way too long. I'm not going out like this. I was going to go get a second chance. I was right there, and then injury. Just enough of an injury just to set me back just enough, and I tried so hard for so long. I'm almost 34 years old, and it's the middle of winter, and I'm like, I think this is it. Within 1 or 2 weeks, she gets this thing on Facebook, some message from somebody looking at it like, hey, look at this weird thing called a Spartan race. You should try it.
So he went on and he was researching it.
And I see this picture of a girl crawling through mud and under barbed wire, and I'm like, oh, I hate mud.
I mean, he'll go to work early in the winter just to put down planks so that he can walk on those and not have to step in the mud. And so when she showed us this mud race, he was like, I don't think so.
No thanks. And that was it. And normally, that's how I am. If I'm not interested, I'm not interested. And I wasn't, and that was it for me right there.
But it kept just gnawing at him, you know, like in the back of his mind, it just kept popping up.
At that time, I just happened to be really well-rounded fitness. And I just thought, you know, I don't really know what this obstacle racing thing is, but if it's running with a lot of upper body type of stuff, who knows? I might just be the kind of guy that could actually pull this off.
Hobie ran that first race, and it was a sprint, and he won it by like 6 minutes. And he just loved it.
Something about obstacle racing. You know, I've been racing my whole life, and I thought I was enjoying it. I thought it was a lot of fun until I did my first obstacle race. I'd never felt anywhere near that much joy running a road race or a trail race or a track race. Even if I'm doing something great and I'm winning, never did I feel anything like this. This is a whole completely different experience. The unique challenge of getting through so many different types of obstacles along with the running and the terrain on top of that is just something you don't experience in other sports. I felt like a kid just having the time of my life. You know, and that's part of what makes it so great. It puts fun into fitness. So that's how it all got started. All of the championships have been very different for me. In 2011, I was determined to win. There was no ifs, ands, and buts about it. The race was mine. I didn't care if Superman and the Incredible Hulk showed up. I mean, I was gonna win, end of story. There were no outs for me. That made for it was an intense race. 2012, we go to Vermont, and like I say, I trained for shorter races, and I knew 2012 probably wasn't gonna go real well for me. You know, I gave it my all, but I didn't train for something that was gonna last for 3 hours. I knew at the top of the hill I was done, and I was just gonna be stumbling down the hill and he'd take off and beat me. But I was cool with that. I mean, Cody's a remarkable guy, he's a remarkable athlete who deserved it, and I was happy to do my best and him still beat me. 2013, you hear him talking how they're doing the course and stuff, and we knew the race was just gonna be even longer and harder. I'm like, there's no way. I can go pretty strong for an hour and a half, and then I start faltering. And we knew this was gonna be over 3 hours. There's no way I'm gonna win this year. I went into that race thinking I might place top 10. That's really what I thought, and I was okay with it. And all of a sudden, just a turn of events and the way the obstacles were stacked and everybody faltered, and I was doing good, and all of a sudden I'm winning the race thinking, holy cow, I might win this thing. Every time I go around the corner, I might win, nobody's catching me, you know? And that's how I finished, and I was just stunned, I couldn't believe it. I don't think I was necessarily the best athlete on that mountain that day, but I guess I ran the smartest race. 2016, lots changed. The competition is a lot deeper. But I knew what condition I was in. I knew I had actually trained for it this year. So I expected to win. You gotta believe in yourself. And the world wants to tear you down. They love to see people fail. And then if they don't accomplish their dreams, that's okay too. You know? No, it's not okay. Go be better. Go do better. Try harder. And when the world says quit, don't quit. Every part of the race, you know, I'm just like, all right, I got through this good, I got through this good, you know, the freezing cold swim. I hate cold weather, everybody knows it, you know, and I was worried about that swim on the mountain. But I got through the swim all right, and then I got moving again, and I was freezing, but my legs were moving. I was like so excited, yes, I can still run, you know. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in one of these races. It's a whole list that doesn't end practically. But I didn't give up. I had faith that some way, somehow, it was all gonna work out in the end for me.
Hobie's great with the kids. He wants them to love sports, but he also doesn't want to force them into doing anything. If any of them want to be a runner, he's right there to train them, but if they decide that that's not what they want something else, then he'll back them up in anything that they want to do.
I want to be a racer. I want to take after my dad, and I want to do Spartan races. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff.
We definitely enjoy our trips to the different races.
It's fun running around and watching Dad.
We have a blast, but at the same time we all go to school. But my dad works, he does his heating and air, and so for the most part we're like any other family, just doing the same daily routines as them, except we have a run in there every day. Right now I'm training for spring track, and I'm training with my dad. And he's just running right alongside me and helping me become a better, faster, stronger runner.
Hopefully, they feel very encouraged by me to figure out who they are so they can follow their dreams and believe in themselves. You know, I don't want them to live my dream for them. I don't want them to live my wife's dream for them. I don't want them to live their friends' dreams for them. You know, figure out who they are. And then no matter what way the storms are blowing, they're going that direction. And nothing's gonna stop them.
I've learned that there's a lot of times where we're gonna kind of stumble and fall. But as long as we keep trying, we haven't quite yet failed. And so as long as we keep going and shooting for our goals, then we can eventually reach them as long as we give everything we've got. And I've seen that through my dad. He's been a huge inspiration to me. He's shown me and taught me a lot through his running.
You know, success is a journey, not a destination. You know, and it's a journey I've been going after for almost 3 decades. The race isn't the test. The test is getting up early in the morning and going to work and coming home and working out when you're tired and don't want to, and, you know, looking at 2 meals and saying, I'll eat this one because it's healthier. You know, that's the work. You show up at the race, that's just the celebration of all the work you've put in. And the longer you have to go at it, it just means the reward in the end is that much better.